Hello there, and thank you so much for joining me today for my review of the all-new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. Before I begin though, I just want to give a big shout out to our friends at Tripod Photo and Video Marketing on Vancouver Island. They always give us a hand in putting these videos together, and if you're in the Namway area looking for professional photo, video, and drone services, they can help. Link to the website will be in a pinned comment below. So let's get back to the review. Pathfinder has been around since 1985. Nissan took a break for the 2021 model year and used that time to redesign the 2022 Pathfinder. The all-new Pathfinder has some new additions. For one, the design has been completely updated, and I really like the rugged truck look Nissan's engineers went for, as well as the Pathfinder name on the back. The 2022 Pathfinder is 1.5 inches longer, just over half an inch wider, and half an inch taller than the previous generation. Under the hood, however, there are some new additions as well as some remaining features. The 2022 Pathfinder employs the same unibody platform as the outgoing model. The old CVT transmission has been replaced with the new ZF German-engineered 9-speed automatic transmission. I know some people have criticized Nissan's CVT transmissions in the past, so moving to a 9-speed automatic was probably a prudent choice for Nissan. Nissan's intelligent 4-wheel drive system, which is their fancy name for all-wheel drive, is standard for all Pathfinders and provides a 7-position drive and train mode selector. The power plant for the 2022 Pathfinder is a 3.5-liter V6 that puts out 284 horsepower and 259 foot-pounds of torque. I found that the V6 engine provided robust and smooth power throughout the entire power range, and fuel economy came in at around 27 miles per gallon highway, 21 city for combined fuel economy of 23 miles per gallon. If you plan to use the Pathfinder for towing, this SUV is rated for up to 6,000 pounds of towing capacity, which should be plenty for towing boats or ATVs. Now, in recent years, the Pathfinder has definitely gone the way of creating a family-friendly SUV that can still take you off the beaten path. When the Pathfinder came out in 1985, it definitely had a reputation for its crazy off-road abilities. Up until the 1995 model year, Pathfinders were built off pickup truck platforms rather than unibody frames today. Even over 30 years later, you can still find first-gen Pathfinders out on off-road trails, and they hold a solid reputation in the off-roading community. However, while the 2022 Pathfinder will definitely get you through logging roads and up uncleared snowing paths, I really can't recommend it for serious hardcore off-roading. The 2022 Pathfinder only has around 7 inches of ground clearance, and I generally wouldn't off-road with anything less than 9 inches. In deep snow, I actually felt the car bottom out with the undercarriage making contact with the snow below. So the Pathfinder will definitely beat any sedan in the snow or dirt thanks to the all-wheel drive system, but it's not something you probably want to off-road with exclusively. In some way, the 2022 Pathfinder traded in its Spartan off-road heritage for an excellently designed, super comfortable interior. I had the opportunity to review the Platinum trim, which is the top line trim for the Pathfinder, and the Platinum Pathfinder has the available 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster on top of a windscreen hologram heads-up display, which provides speed as well as navigation information. I do really like the digital gauge cluster, and it really keeps the Pathfinder's interior at the top of the heap. In general, the Pathfinder's interior is excellent. I really was quite impressed with it. It was comfortable, spacious, and ergonomic. The quilted leather seats are very comfortable, and passengers reported similar sentiments as well. The seats are both heated and cooled, and they also have memory functions, which means your Pathfinder will remember different seating positions. Nissan has always been a proponent of their zero-G seats, which are definitely some of my favorites up there with Mazda. The Pathfinder seats up to 7. If you have kids, Nissan lets you access the rear with just a press of a button. Build quality is very happy with the Pathfinder brought to the table. Buttons are plastic, but they look and function as expected. Panels look great, and I loved how Nissan used stitching in parts of the console. As expected, you'll get dual automatic climate control and Nissan's touchscreen infotainment system. When it came to Nissan's infotainment system, it gets the job done with audio, phone, and navigation, but it's not the flashiest system. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are fully supported with Nissan's infotainment system. Sound is provided by the premium Bose 10-speaker sound system, which is very nice. If you choose the Platinum trim, you also get access to a 360 camera, which is helpful if you find yourself in a tight spot. As for safety features, you get adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, as well as pre-collision and lane safety systems. Nissan uses a digital shift lever, which looks really cool and gets the job done. In the center console, you also find numerous drive modes, which include snow and dirt modes, as well as the auto stop start on and off button, the parking brake, and the brake hold feature. The Pathfinder is an automatic tailgate and the seats do fold relatively flat. In the rear you'll definitely get lots of room, which is kind of why people like these vehicles. If you need more space, there's actually more room under the trunk with a sealed compartment. The third row does seat 3 and it's actually pretty comfortable back there, although I would recommend it more for children rather than fully grown adults. So now that we've kind of got the interior and functionality out of the way, I think it's time to talk about how the Nissan Pathfinder drives. Well, I had the opportunity to take it out to Jaskula National Park in the Canadian Rockies to find out. For those who may be curious, filming conditions were interesting. On the morning I got to Jaskula, it was a balmy negative 27 degrees Celsius or negative 17 degrees Fahrenheit. With the wind chill, it felt closer to negative 40 degrees Celsius or negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Right away, the Pathfinder is a comfortable vehicle to drive with, and if you're looking to do road trips, the Pathfinder really is a great option. That said, while the Pathfinder's rear independent suspension keeps the car connected to the road and does surprisingly well around the bends, I can't call the Pathfinder's steering sporty or captivating. When you drive a Pathfinder, you get a really comfortable platform that soaks up bumps and does quite well around corners. That said, the Nissan steering definitely leans toward a more conservative handling profile, and I would have liked a little more road feel through the steering column. These are tiny criticisms, and the Pathfinder nails a lot of things well. For example, the Pathfinder is quiet even at highway speeds and it's quite stable for such a large vehicle. Sometimes you get a lot of body roll at higher speeds, but the Pathfinder is actually quite excellent. It's also decently fuel efficient with a combined fuel economy of 23 miles per gallon. Overall, still happy with the Pathfinder, but I definitely would have liked a little bit of a sportier handling profile. Now that we kind of talked about the Pathfinder, what is my final take? Well, to say it succinctly, the Pathfinder is a solid choice if you're looking for a 7-seat SUV that can take you on road trips and the beaten path. While I obviously wouldn't recommend the Pathfinder for crazy hardcore off-roading, the all-wheel drive system is enough for most off-road paths. The Pathfinder is a really comfortable, spacious interior, and again, nothing's being cut short when it comes to utility. As per the on-road performance, the Pathfinder is solid with a good suspension and conservative driving profile. That said, I would prefer a slightly more sporty platform if possible. And that's kind of my review in a nutshell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you tune in again for another review from the Student Driver Car Reviews. If you like what you saw, please leave a like and sub. Thank you so much.